Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Superman and Lois Season 3. So we are now officially, I guess officially, can it be officially into a month? But I guess, yeah, anyway, we'll say we're officially into the month of September, which when it comes to our favorite TV shows means that we are close to filming. So The Flash is about roughly 9 or 10 days away from starting filming for their ninth and final season. And in regards to this video specifically, Superman and Lois is less than a week away from the scheduled start of filming for their third and hopefully not final season. Now, the only major news that we had, really heard between seasons in regards to Superman and Lois was the departure of Jordan Elsas from the role of Jonathan Kent leading into season 3, with that role to be recast. Now, at the time of making this video, that recast has not been made official or announced, but seeing we are less than a week away from the start of filming, I would expect that news pretty soon. Hopefully it does not come out from like on the morning that this video comes out. That'd be really annoying timing, but now that they've said that, it's probably going to happen. But yeah, for this video, we are going to be going over the first piece of official casting news for season 3 that has come out. And if you are an avid Arrowverse viewer, it's actually a familiar face. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on this and where you think this season can go in regards to all this, any like twists and turns you'd expect, I guess based off even what the previous seasons did or just the character itself and what it's connected to in the comics. Let me know your thoughts down there and just the general casting of the actor as well. Very curious to hear what you think. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, I want to show you support, looking forward to this stuff as well as just season 3 of Superman and Lois as a whole, why not drop a like on the video to do that? But yeah, as we saw in the closing moments of the season 2 finale, we had John Henry Irons, who's seated in the diner in Smallville, and he was approached by the multiverse doppelganger of, Diggle from Arrow, of course, still played by David Ramsey, and wearing the same clothes and same hairstyle that we saw him wearing on The Flash a few weeks before. Yeah, confusing. But anyway, Diggle shared intel on Bruno Mannheim, the first name drop, I think, of him on the show, and his possible involvement in the death of this Earth's John Henry Irons, seemingly setting up that character of Bruno Mannheim to be season 3's potential main villain or just a villain within there. Of course, important to remember that the John Henry Irons we have on Superman and Lois is from a different Earth in the multiverse. Now, this is coming from the Direct. They were the one that pushes forward, and I think this is the reason it went on Twitter. And they were in attendance at Dragon Con over the weekend, where a panel called Arrow Guests Saving Star City, that's what the panel was called, that took place. Now, during the panel, David Ramsey confirmed that Chad L. Coleman, who some would recognize from shows like The Walking Dead and The Orville, has been cast as a lead villain of Superman and Lois Season 3. Now, while the role that Chad Coleman is playing has remained unconfirmed by Warner Brothers of the CW, and they didn't say who he's playing specifically on the panel, just that he's playing one of the main villains, many believe he'll be playing Bruno Mannheim, the leader of Intergang, who, as I brought up before, was name dropped in the season 2 finale. Obviously, the connection being that's the villain that we know that's coming. Now, of course, for those that watched Arrow, at least up to season 5, you would recognize Chad L. Coleman as Tobias Church from the opening half of, Arrow season 5. I can't remember if he died. I have a feeling Prometheus killed him. I think that's what happened, but I might be wrong. I know they had like an altercation with Prometheus. I think Prometheus killed him. I'm going to say he did. But anyway, if he is playing Bruno Mannheim, then that's an interesting doppelganger identity swap. But then again, maybe Tobias Church was a fake name on, I guess, Earth Prime and covering for that Earth's Bruno Mannheim. I don't know. Who knows? Crazy theory, I guess. But on the Bruno Mannheim stuff, as we brought up, it wasn't confirmed at this panel at Dragon Kong. I said it again, Dragon Con, with David Ramsey as to whether that's the character that Chad Coleman is playing. Just that, he's going to be one of the main villains or a main villain. However, on Instagram, pretty much like really shortly after this news came out on Twitter, one of those, fan accounts that you get on Instagram that put up the news and a picture and post it up and all that. Well, a post made by one of those accounts about this news and saying that Chad was playing Bruno Mannheim was reposted by Chad L. Coleman himself, saying something along the lines of like, really happy to be joining the Superman and Lois family in this role, something like that. So does that confirm he is playing Bruno Mannheim? Well, not 100%, like that's still a who knows type of question. I would say he is most likely playing that character based on the fact that we know that character's coming in. David Ramsey then says, or says that Chad L. Coleman's playing a main villain. And then he sort of posted Instagram saying thanks under a post saying that he's playing Bruno Mannheim. But as I said before, with Superman and Lois and its villain adjustments, the story could lead elsewhere. Superman and Lois likes to play around with the villains, maybe not 100% change their story from the comics, but definitely add in some twists and turns to just make them feel original for the show. Now, when this news came out, there were a lot of rumors that Chad L. Common could be playing Darkseid, which, I mean, it'd be cool to have Darkseid show up on Superman and Lois, but I just don't see why that would happen. Now, of course, this is due to the attachments that Darkseid has to Bruno Mannheim and Intergang and other works. But as I said, Superman and Lois brings in villains and then shakes them up, so I would expect both Bruno Mannheim and even Intergang to be more than meets the eye. And I think they would just rule out the whole Darkseid thing, but maybe still have an Apocalypse connection. Maybe that's where the weaponry first came from, or some other form of alien, origin, and then maybe it's a bigger threat. Obviously, we did have like a character like Lobo in the comic, the Earth Prime comic that featured Superman and Lois. So maybe you could connect back to that. And I guess, fun fact, Bruno Mannheim is in that comic. So I think that was, I guess, like the first teaser Bruno Mannheim was going to feature in Superman and Lois soon. But also it sets up there's a connection there with specifically Lois Lane in the past as well. So very interesting. But speaking about stuff in the past, it is important to bring up that Intergang not even sort of, it just was already in season 1 when we had the character of Thaddeus Kilgrave. Now, there wasn't a ridiculous amount of focus specifically on Intergang. They were just the people around. They were just like the generic thugs around Thaddeus Kilgrave when he was doing his thing and helped him break out of prison and all that. But they were still there. They were present. Intergang is still referenced. So it's already been set up, within the show that Intergang is a thing. So you're not going to see like the origins starting in, I guess, like 2022, 2023, wherever the season's set. You're not going to see them start up then. They already exist. They're already powerful. And based off the Earth Prime comic, that's the same for Bruno Mannheim. He's already got a lot of influence, which makes it even more interesting. You're not seeing a character build up. You're probably seeing a villain in their prime. But yeah, both those things in the past with Bruno Mannheim in the comic, as well as the stuff with Intergang in season 1, it makes you wonder whether it'll be brought up or play into season 3's story and events. I think the season 1 stuff with what happened there might be referenced. The comic stuff might be a stretch, but then again, they could just say that Lois had interactions with Bruno Mannheim or knew that there was something weird with him in the past, and then that's the connection there. The only question with that is that in the Earth Prime comic, Bruno Mannheim looks very much like he did in other works, and he wasn't black like Chad L. Coleman is. So, but then again, the casting process would not have started when they were doing the artwork and stuff like that. So they just went with, okay, what does Bruno Mannheim look like roughly? Okay, we'll do that in the comics. So things change, castings happen, all that stuff. But in regards to that Thaddeus Kilgrave, I do wonder if we could see him return in this season of Superman and Lois. I think he's back in prison, I'm pretty sure. So maybe it's whether he's needed or something like that. But funnily enough, the guy that played Thaddeus Kilgrave was the same actor who played Stanley Dover, or like Oliver's prison friend, or friend then serial killer in Arrow season 7. So maybe we get multiple Arrow connections in Superman and Lois season 3. But of course, with this, we've been wondering this as well in regards to the villain side of things. Will Bruno Mannheim and Intergang be the only threats in Superman and Lois season 3? Well, we thought that once Bizarro was gone in season 2, that there would have to be someone else other than Ali. She just didn't seem that big, but she ended up being the big bad. Yeah, we had like the Bizarro Lana and the Bizarro Jonathan or Superboy, but they were just soldiers for Ali, like not a next level threat after her. So I think it depends on the interpretation of Bruno Mannheim as well as Intergang in, I guess, specifically the first half of the season. But then again, Todd Helbing, the showrunner for Superman and Lois, did suggest in like some post season 2 interviews that there would be another threat in the season outside of the already teased Intergang and Bruno Mannheim side of things. So whether that's earlier on in the season and Intergang and Bruno Mannheim is later, or Intergang and Bruno Mannheim are early in the season and this mysterious potential other threat is later in the season, is for us to wait and find out. But yeah, I'm interested to see where they go this season, especially after the disconnection from the Arrowverse and just establishing their Earth as its own. Maybe they can build it out past, a town like Smallville and a city like Metropolis. Maybe we can visit this Earth's Central City, this Earth's Star City potentially, and all these different things. Hopefully they do that, because when Todd Helbing was talking about it, it gave them some free reign going forward. And I think people want to see that, because if there's no free reign, especially in this season, the season straight after you remove it, officially on the show, then people are going to go, well, what was the point? What was the point of, separating yourselves if you're not going to take advantage of that? So you want to see them visit these different places in the DC world, or specifically within the DC map of America, and play within that sandbox, because it can get a bit boring if you just stay in Smallville and the Metropolis when you're dealing with a character like Superman who is meant to be for the world. So let's see how they go. But yeah, do be sure to keep your eyes out for any updates over the next week or so, especially on my YouTube page, hopefully, because it should be expected, just because they are fastly approaching the start of filming. So whether that's from set photos that we get, which I would be surprised if that's the case, but you never know, or most likely press releases from Warner Brothers and the CW and stuff like that. As I said, the two things I'm expecting over the next week are the proper Deadline and Hollywood Reporter articles confirming Chad L. Coleman and maybe naming who he's playing, because that wasn't revealed at the Dragon Con panel. So maybe they confirm in those articles who he's playing, as well as the recasting of Jonathan Kent. I think we'll probably get that, maybe not straight before filming, but at least within the lead up, or maybe first few days of filming, we'll get it. So definitely keep your eyes out for that. As I said, hopefully on the channel, because that's the best place to do it, of course. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions about everything we went over, and any theories or predictions you have. Always curious to read what you guys are thinking with those brains of yours. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.